So what I mean by pronation of the heel and the foot is the calcaneal bone. So the heel bone, this is looking at the leg from the inside. So the inside of the edge of the foot is here, the big toes here. So the heel here, if my hand represented the heel, as my leg goes from position where the shin bone's more this angle to more forward, so I'm putting weight into my foot essentially, the heel bone should make this motion where it does that, it pronates like that. And then when I come out of the motion, it'll supinate that way. So the heel motion does that. At the same time, the foot motion does that, and that pronates. So it means that it actually drops the arch of the foot. So as I put weight into my foot, the arch drops, so it's become less of an arch. As I take weight off, the arch comes back up again. And that's normal motion. So the heel will do that in this exercise, and the foot will do that motion. The midfoot will do that motion there and drop the arch as I do the exercise. That's what it's aiming to do. And a lot of the time when someone puts weight into their foot, if they've got foot issues, hip issues, is that this doesn't do that. It just stays stiff, and that's an issue. So how I do this, very easy. So both my feet are facing straight ahead. The focus is on the foot in the front, but I keep more of the weight in the back leg. I don't want a lot of weight going into my front leg when I do this. And what's important is that I have a negative shin angle to start with. So this here is my shin here on this leg being vertical, so straight up and down. Negative shin angle is that the angle of it is going backwards like that. And for this first part, I just go to where it's pretty much just vertical. So this is the exercise for just feeling into the heel. So what I do now, I make sure my knee, so what I do now is I start taking just a bend forward through the ankle. So my shin's going from negative shin angle to vertical, and I'm feeling my heel. So the main thing here is I feel my heel heavy. So when I'm back here, the weight in my heel is more at the back. As I come forward, the weight goes more to the front of the heel. So all you're doing is just feeling the weight change. So I'm just staying upright with my body too. So I'm not just doing this kind of thing. So I'm letting weight go into my heel, coming back right out again, keeping the heel heavy. That's the main cue here, heel heavy. As I do that, I make sure my knee stays in line with my big toe, or between my big toe and little toe. That means that my knee stays in alignment this way and doesn't start diving like that or diving out here. If I dive out this way, see how this wants to peel off the floor. If I go in here, see how I lose weight here. Don't want that. So it's really key that we have even weighting in the side, in both sides, the inside and outside of the foot. So we're even weighting there. And that's all I'm doing, and I'm feeling that heavy heel, heavy heel, heavy heel, heavy heel, weight going to the front of the heel. If I go too far, my shin angle gets a positive shin angle where it starts bending past the line of vertical, and it's taking us into the next exercise. If I go really too far, I start either my toes grip up like that, or I have a lot of pressure going into my toes, and I've gone way too far for this exercise. So how many to do? At 20. You're really aiming to feel, you're not trying to muscle this, feel your foot, and you'll start to feel the heel. You become more sensitive to what the heel is doing, the sense of awareness of the heel. And then the next exercise, above this exercise, you'll start to feel the midfoot or the arch of the foot dropping, but that's the next exercise. So we're just getting this first. Even weighting on the outside, inside of the foot, knee in the middle between the first and second toe, going from negative shin angle to vertical shin angle. And I'm just feeling the heel. The more I can relax my foot, like my foot's relaxing and melting into the floor, as if my foot was melted plastic, melting into the floor, I'll get more out of this exercise. So 2 lots of 20, and do both sides. Even if you're going to only got one leg, that's an issue, definitely do both sides. So this next exercise is a neurosensory exercise, which means it's not something you muscle through, it's a feeling sensation thing, and it's important to get the heel to pronate and the midfoot to pronate. I'll explain more what that means in a moment. Where this is really useful for people with really current calf tears. So you got a cycle of your tear your calf running, You have a rest till it recovers, get some therapy, do calf raises till the car comes home, think you're ready, go run again, and it tears again. So usually this part of the foot motion is missing when that's happening. There's other things too. If you've got really high, unusually high arches in your feet and you have a lot of tight hips, a lot of pains in your back, problems in your jaw, but you've got really high arches, it can be something to unlock doing this technique. Lack of internal rotation in your hips, a body that's stuck in the PVC pattern where you just can't get out of it. So that's where it's really useful.